So you're super excited for Dark Souls Remastered on Nintendo Switch. You played the network test, you can't wait. But what if you don't have enough money? What if you only have half the money that it costs to buy Dark Souls Remastered? Now you can go mow some lawns, maybe trade some games in, but you could also just play another game that's kind of like Dark Souls, but not really, but really a lot like it. It is called Sinner: Sacrifice for Redemption, and it is half the price of Dark Souls Remastered on Nintendo Switch. It's very cool that this is coming to every other platform at the exact same time as Nintendo Switch, and we want to support day-and-date releases, so I want to give this one a go. You want to fight some giant epic bosses with some gameplay that doesn't feel quite as good? This game is for you. It doesn't have any exploration or anything. You're kind of just in this room, and you get to go up to a tombstone to fight a boss, and each one of the bosses takes some stats away from you, and it makes things harder, but that's the whole point of these games, right? You want to die over and over. The trademark unfairness and random deaths of other Dark Souls boss fights are still here, and these bosses are based off the 7 deadly sins. They are very gross, especially gluttony. There also isn't a lot of sounds. A lot of times it kind of felt like I was playing in silence, but everything else is still there. It's basically Dark Souls, except you don't get to do any cool stuff and fight any cool little monsters. You only get to fight the cool big monsters, and the big monsters are going to kill you over and over, and you might get frustrated and throw your controller at a wall and break it a couple of times, but then after you come back from the store from buying the third controller and you do beat that one boss, you're still going to feel that sense of reward that you feel when you beat bosses in Dark Souls. One of my favorite things about Dark Souls is the RPG-ness of it. You have insane, cool-looking weapons. You have some really cool-looking armor. Everything has stats to it. You can't carry too much because then you're going to be slow-rolling, and no one really wants to slow-roll. This game does none of that. You have 2 weapons with you the entire time. You can switch between them, but the second weapon is very, very slow and cumbersome, and you probably don't want to use it all. I never use it. And you can't really do anything with your armor. The speed that you move in is the speed that you move in. There is no customization of any kind. The items that you have are the items you have. You're never going to find anything else. And that's cool, right? Because it's half the price. Now, don't get me wrong. I absolutely do not hate Sinner: Sacrifice for Redemption, but for $20 more, you get a full-fledged, fully featured game that has some size to it. Now, I haven't beat this one yet because some of these bosses are absolutely insane. I don't think that you're going to get all the hours out of Sinner that you will out of Dark Souls, and it's only $20 more. But I also don't think it's a terrible idea to play Sinner if you are really looking for a Souls-like experience on Nintendo Switch and you don't want to spend the $40, or maybe you already played through Dark Souls, or since the delays happened a whole lot, you played on another platform, and now you don't want to play it on Switch and double dip because they don't deserve it because they kept delaying their game. I don't know. $18, which is the sale price, instead of the $19 for Sinner: Sacrifice for Redemption. You could get worse games for that price. I don't hate it. It's just very difficult to recommend when Dark Souls is right around the corner. Hey, if it helps Sinners out a day before, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Will you be picking up either of these games? How do you feel about Souls clones? Are we getting way too many of them now? Have we got too many of them? And are you excited for Dark Souls on Nintendo Switch? Sound off, comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Hit the notification bell if you haven't done that. And hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. We will catch you on the next one. Switch Force out.